Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, I'm taking a look at a film from 2006, a film a lot of you guys have wanted me to cover. Thankfully, I found it at a flea market for $1, so I kind of have hopes here. The movie is from comedy writing genius Mike Judge. The movie is Idiocracy. Now, I just mentioned Mike Judge's name, and I think I have to share this with you guys before I dive into this. Well, some of you, first of all, don't know who Mike Judge is. Well, Mike Judge is the mastermind behind Beavis and Butt-Head, one of my favorite television shows. All right, that to me is like that was one of the funniest fucking shows to ever hit TV. And since then, Mike Judge created two other animated shows, at least two others that made it to air, and those were King of the Hill and The Good Family, and I actually enjoyed both of those too. So, whenever he works on television, Mike Judge can do no wrong. But then we get to whenever he makes movies. Out of the 3 films I know he's made, not counting Idiocracy, I've seen 2. One of them was really good, but that's because it was Beavis and Butt-Head Do America. If you were a fan of the show, you were going to love the movie. But the other one is Office Space. And I know a lot of people enjoy Office Space, and I'm not about to sit here and dump on it because I can't. The weird thing is, I've spent over 130 episodes of fucking reaction and review telling you guys exactly why I like or dislike a movie. I cannot put my finger on what it is about Office Space that I don't like. I just don't enjoy the movie. And that is the one thing about that fucking film which just bugs the shit out of me, is I don't know why I don't like it. I just know. After watching it 4 times, I know I don't like it. So, Idiocracy here has got a 50-50 shot of being either good or bad based on my previous experience with films written by Mike Judge. So I just sort of wanted to share that, plus I kind of wanted to do something with this intro because I know a little bit about the plot to this film, but I don't know enough to actually say I know what the fuck's going on. So I'm about to find out right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Idiocracy. You know, guys, it almost pains me to say this, but a film which is meant to be a comedy just nailed exactly how sad our current fucking society is, where intelligent people are just choosing not to have kids and idiots are having kids by the fucking truckload. It really does paint a rather poor picture of current fucking society, and it's making me almost not want to laugh. Note I said almost not want to laugh. It's still fucking funny. So, in the future, Fuddruckers is just going to say screw it, they're just going to rename themselves as Buttfuckers. Okay, that actually is sort of clever, kind of cool, and will at least to be a bit more honest than fucking Ruckers, so at least that's sort of a positive. You know, guys, I would like to kind of mention this, like, right now. I find it almost weird that there are so many corporations directly named in this film. There's no way in hell that, let's see here, Taco Bell, Carl's Jr., AOL, that any of them would happily put their name on something which basically shows that they are the reason why society's royally fucked. I actually find that to be absolutely hysterical. Alright, guys, as horrible as this is going to sound, I would love to be one of the cops in this sort of future. You just sit there and just start macing people. I would absolutely adore that. Oh my god. With so many things changed in the year 2505, Fox News still fucking exists. Oh my god, that is just fucking depressing, dude. is the greatest retelling of history I have ever seen. I didn't know that Charlie Chaplin was the leader of the Nazi Party. That's fucking awesome! Well, guys, that was Idiocracy. It's time for me to shut this off. Okay, let's talk about the movie. Now, I would like to say that since I wasn't totally certain if this movie was going to be any good going into it, my expectations were set a little low. Even if I had my expectations set pretty high, this thing would have cleared those expectations. Idiocracy is an absolutely amazing movie. However, where this thing is absolutely hilarious from start to finish, it also, if you look at it from the wrong perspective, can be one of the most depressing goddamn things you have ever watched. Allow me to explain. Our main character here, Joe, is a man of ultra-average intelligence. He really is in no way special in any fucking respect. Is frozen for 500 years as part of a military experiment. When he's thawed out, rather, he finds out that the world has become incredibly stupid because, well, morons tend to fucking breed more than those with some level of intelligence. So retards, morons, and ignorant motherfuckers outnumbered anybody who has any level of possible intelligence. So he's the most intelligent person in the world. Now, if you want to know exactly how stupid the world of Idiocracy is, imagine the darkest, dumbest corners of the fucking internet were to take physical form and rule over the entire fucking country. I want you to imagine if the United States were populated entirely by those kinds of simpering, slack-jawed idiots. It's really kind of sad because, well, I know that I spend a lot of time on the fucking internet. I know a lot of you guys spend a lot of time there. And the fact that there are certain corners of this World Wide Web of ours that, if given the right opportunity, could create the world you see in Idiocracy. I'm not going to delve into that anymore because, god damn it, I enjoyed the movie. I am not about to get fucking bogged down with possible fucking depression because of the fucking, oh boy, just simply because of how this film could easily be taken. Let's start with the writing. The writing in this thing is really sound. I'm still trying to figure out if they had to clear the use of some of the names in the film. I'm talking about all of the brand names, which, mind you, you never actually see their logo proper. You just hear the name. So that's stuff like Carl's Jr., AOL, Taco Bell, all this other stuff like Pepsi. There is a big sign for Pepsi, well, a modified, like, futuristic Pepsi logo, seen in a couple of spots. I don't know if they had to clear the use of just the names, because I know that you can have like a parody logo, and that's totally cool. But to come right out and directly call Starbucks and say that in the future Starbucks is now a franchise is just a franchise of whorehouses is probably something that Starbucks does not want its name attached to. So, that right there is like the one thing I'm kind of wondering about is just exactly what kind of like legal issue they might have had to have gone into in terms of clearing all of the names. However, that is such a minor fucking thing. And it's just something which just sort of makes me wonder. I mean, it really is something which the average viewer is not going to sit down and start wondering about. It just makes it funnier because you actually get to hear things like Taco Bell and, fucking Starbucks and all this other shit. And it just, I guess, sort of adds a little bit of extra added realism to the film. So, now, we also have our characters. It should be noted that Normally, guys, when I fucking mention that we have a cast which is full of the dumbest assholes to ever walk the earth, that's usually seen as a bad thing. However, given this film's plot, the fact that we have exactly one character who is in any way intelligent, two if you happen to count Rita, but then again, she also is a little bit dim for even. I mean, well, okay, she is bright by what most people see as, hooker standards, but and she is still brighter than every other character in the film minus Joe, but she's still not that bright. And everybody else has the brains of a fucking goldfish, which is understandable because, again, that was sort of the point of the plot. And still, the weirdest part is normally characters who are that mouth-breathingly stupid are absolutely unlikable. But no. All of them. I do not care if it's the characters who were played by Dave Herman or by Dax Shepard or by Terry Crews. They were able to make ultra-lovable characters, even though they had to play as the dumbest assholes in the history of film. And really, it is the acting that really makes all of this writing shine. I mean, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, there's only one character I truly just did not like, and that's partially because of my bias against the actor, and that's the doctor played by Justin fucking Long, alright? As far as I'm concerned, if fucking Justin Long were to vanish off the face of the earth, I would probably throw a big goddamn party. So the fact that he is in here and his character comes off as the most arrogant sounding douche in the whole film, which, well, that makes sense because it is Justin Long after all. And, well, that's all he ever plays. So, I mean, if they maybe would have got somebody different in that fucking role, it might have been a little bit better. But still, I am not going to dock a film points because of one shitty actor. I mean, it would take a lot, and he's really only there for maybe about a minute tops. So, frankly, the casting in this thing is absolutely spectacular. Now, I don't normally talk about this in comedies. Special effects. This movie uses a ton of CG. It uses a ton of CG and matte paintings to show what the world of 2505 looks like. And you know what? It looks really good. I'm not talking about the world, alright? The world looks almost fucking depressingly, dismal. But the actual look of all of the matte paintings and the look of all of the CGI, it looks amazing. Which I was not really expecting awesome fucking effects because, well, you don't normally... Because that's not something which you normally are looking for when you're talking about a comedy. But this thing has amazing effects. And mind you now, there seriously are not a ton of effects. However, the ones that are here, they shine like fucking diamonds, dude. It is awesome. And since I'm talking about effects, I should also talk about sets and props. Because, see, again, this is set in this is set in a very gloomy future, which has been created by the dumbest people in our society. So you have to have product placement everywhere. Most of them naturally for fictional products, and the ones that are for real products, well, they had to have their little parody logo. So it basically is the Carl's fucking Jr. / Hardy's star with the fucking corners cut off. And by the way, I'm talking about just the tips of each corner cut off. It looks really cool, I should mention. So, so you have stuff like that, as well as the parody Pepsi logo and the parody fucking Starbucks logo. But then everything else is all for fictional products and television stations. They went out of their way to create a vast world solely out of their product placement, which is absolutely awesome, because you don't normally picture that kind of effort. I mean, guys, I want you to just think about it this way. When they made Planet of the Apes back in the 60s, The only thing which they had to do was just basically dress up a bunch of fucking caves, and they were done. All right, but this thing here, they had to fucking create cars and billboards and all this other stuff. And the cars are really just basically a bunch of those like really ugly ass like concept cars, the cars which are basically like the size of my fist. You know, those really tiny things, and then they just started like tacking on a whole lot of extra, like kibble onto it, made it look really cool. So yeah, they really went above and beyond to make everything here seem great, and it has this awesome deep world. And again, you really do not imagine that for a movie that runs less than 90 minutes. So yeah, guys, I cannot praise effects and props and sets fucking enough, man. They really went out of their way to make everything here just absolutely amazing. Can I talk about anything else? Well, okay, now this is a major studio film. A lot of you probably would never, think, you guys probably never think that something here which is just one gigantic finger to all things fucking corporate would be from a major studio. But yeah, this thing, guys, was made by 20th Century Fox, which is probably why the only logo that does not have a parody analog in the film is the Fox News Channel. They just use the current Fox News Channel logo. So yeah, this thing here was put out by Fox, so because of that, I do not feel the need to talk about camera work, lighting, or sound, because if any of those were somehow off, then that means that Fox royally fucked up somewhere. However, all of it is, the usual... It's the usual kind of, awesome, lighting and sound mix and everything else that you get from a major studio film, so there's no point in really talking about that. So, when all is said and done, can I recommend Idiocracy? What the fuck do you think? Yes, I can. Wholeheartedly, I can recommend Idiocracy. Now, I mentioned earlier, at least I believe I did, I bought this thing at a flea market for $1. And if I didn't mention it earlier, bought this thing at a flea market for $1. So was it worth the $1? You bet your ass it fucking was. This thing here, guys, I would probably have spent $15 on it. Yeah, I would probably have gone out and bought this thing new if I knew it was this good. So, yeah, this sucker here is going to have a nice happy spot on my DVD shelf. Unless I get the urge to buy it, to go and buy it on Blu-ray, so that way I have a fucking upgraded copy, then I'll just sell this thing somewhere. But I don't see that happening in the, near future. I'm very happy to have it on DVD. I'm probably going to be giving it a watch again real soon. It is really a funny film, and I'm probably going to notice even more on a second viewing because, guys, once more, I'm just talking again about all of the shit that is in the background amongst many other things. It's probably going to take you a couple of viewings just to get everything down. And and what I mean by that is just to take in this vast and complex world which has been created for this film. It would probably take a couple like a couple of viewings to really fucking take it all in. So future viewings are really going to be less watching it for the sake of watching it and more just going on sightseeing tours to see what the fuck else I notice. So yeah, guys, I'm very happy to have a copy of this thing. So with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.